You're watching DIY with Dan, hosted by the man himself, Daniel Rifkin.
Hey, welcome to DIY with Dan. Today we're going to be learning how to make a camera shoulder mount out of cheap materials you can find at any home improvement store. And the reason why we want to do this is because camera production equipment can be pretty expensive if you're buying it online or anywhere. So you can just do it yourself for cheap. And the shopping list for this is under $10 for just the materials. The tools might run you a little more, but for start off, we'll go with 2 foot of 3/4 inch PVC pipe. You could also use 1 inch PVC pipe. And we have 3 pieces of 3/4 inch PVC conduit at a 90-degree angle. It's best to use these corner pieces because, as you're going to see, we're going to use them as handle pieces. And we also have a PVC T 3/4 inch also. We got some Scotch tape. And we have PVC cutters. These you could find at Walmart for around $7, I believe. It doesn't matter what kind you get. These are the cheapest ones you can get, and they work perfectly fine. We got, what is it? 1/4 22.5 inch machine screws. We're going to only need 1 of those, but they sell them in packs of 5. We have 1/4 20 hex nuts, and you're going to need 3 of these. And we have 1/4 20 wing nuts. You're only going to need about 1 of these. And we also have a pencil, some measuring tape, and of course our camera, which we're going to mount onto the camera rig. So to begin, we're going to take our 2-foot PVC and we're going to measure it out, starting off with the base of the rig. We're going to measure out 14 inches. So go ahead and mark that. Oh, and almost forgot to mention, you're going to need a drill for this too. You'll see later though. And we're going to take our PVC cutters, open them up. You just open them up by pulling them apart. And be careful because these will cut your fingers off. They're really sharp, really powerful. So line it up with that, and if you make a mistake, you can always open them back up. So, there we go. So we're going to cut our PVC right at 14 inches. You can make it longer or shorter, however long you like it. Get that piece cut. So we have our initial piece, and then for our T, this is how it's going to look when it starts, but we're going to have to drill a hole. It's about 1/4 inch. Let me measure that, in fact. Yeah, it's about 1/4 inch hole straight through the T, straight through the center of it, and this is where we're going to place our machine screw, right through the center of it. So once you have that done, you grab a machine screw. And you're only going to need 1 for this project. So it's going to be easy to thread it through, but you're going to have to do some tricky stuff to get the nuts on there. So we're going to need 3 nuts. And 1 wing nut. All right, and looks like it's about that time, so we're going to be right back after a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. We're going to be putting this thing together, and yeah. Oh. But yeah, we're going to be putting this thing together, and when we come back, we're going to be threading this through the PVC T.
There I am, blowing off another homework assignment. All because I was too distracted by my phone. This was me before I found out about the PASS app. And this is me now after using the PASS app. What exactly is the PASS app, you ask? Well, PASS stands for Personal Academic Success System. The PASS app alerts you whenever a project, homework assignment, or exam is coming up. With the PASS app, I earned 11 PhDs. What will you make of yourself with the PASS app?
Welcome back to DIY with Dan, and we were just about to thread our machine screw through the PVC tee with the nuts and bolts on there. So we're going to start by actually putting one machine or one 1/4 inch 20 hex nut onto our machine bolt. So we just thread that through. And then what this is actually going to do when we put our wing nut on there, it's going to create a frictional lock on there so that both nuts are locked into each other. So that way they're not moving around. And it's best to take this off. And then so this is where the tricky part comes in. We're going to be threading this through, and then at the same time we're going to be putting these hex nuts onto our machine screw. So you're going to have to try and figure out a way to do this. I'm trying to do this as best as I can to show you guys on camera. But basically the best way I found out is to let it lay down flush onto the hole that you already have. Let the hex nut lay on there, and then feed the machine screw into the hole with the hex nut on top. And hopefully there one goes. All right. We need 2 of them on there though. So then what we do now is we flip it over and do the same exact thing on the other side, except actually make it stay. And you'll see why we're doing this in a little bit. Let's see, I think I got that one. Yeah, all right, so now you have to just thread both of them through. Make sure I'm turning it the right way. Yeah, all right. And these screws are going to lock into each other. And what you want to do is make sure that you have enough room for your camera to be mounted onto the screw, and then enough room for the screw to be pulled out so that you can get the camera off of the mount. So we're going to try and measure this out with the camera in a second. Hold on. Got to make sure I'm turning this the right way. All right, we got enough screw right there, so we're just going to make sure that we have enough room on our camera. And it has to be the right size machine screw, or else it will not screw into the tripod mount on your camera. And you want it a tight fit too, so make sure that you get it. Let's see. It's a little hard to see this, but just trying to get this all lined up. All right. So we screw that on there. And it should be a little more stable. I think I might have missed a hex nut in between there. But that's the idea of where you want it. So we're going to leave that there, and we're going to start building our camera rig. So you're going to take your PVC conduit, put it onto one end, and then you're going to take your PVC tee. I should perhaps get this off of there first. Make sure the hex nut is on the bottom. And you're going to take your other conduit pieces. It's as easy as a Legos, essentially. And that's how it's going to look, really. So you're going to be able to hold it like that. And you can thread your camera onto there. Let's see if I can get this in time. I'm not sure, but okay, and looks like that's going to be it though. Be sure to visit our website, www.diywithdan.org, for further instructions.